Chosen ones, how does it feel to stand undefeated, with your enemies shattered and powerless before your might? They threw everything they had at you, the schemes, the betrayals, the darkness they thought would consume you. They sent their strongest, their most cunning, their so-called top demon to break you. But guess what? You didn't just survive, you conquered. You shattered their strongest weapon, leaving them scrambling in chaos. Now they're out of moves. They have nothing left to send. You have endured a crucible of unrelenting trials, each more harrowing than the last. The path was not merely difficult. It was a relentless storm of blades and shadows, where every step forward was contested by enemies born of darkness itself. These were not just foes. They were nightmares given form, unyielding in their ferocity, testing the very core of your existence. You met them with courage that burned brighter than the fires of their malice, a defiance that shattered the chains they sought to bind you with. Wave after wave they came, stronger and more ruthless, their intent clear, to extinguish the light within you. Their eyes gleamed with malice, their claws dripping with the promise of despair. But you stood unbroken. Each battle left scars, not only on your body but on your spirit, a map of pain etched into your being. Yet, those scars became your armor, the marks of a warrior forged in the heat of relentless combat. Through the darkness, your resolve became a light, an unyielding force that not even the void could swallow. In the crucible of that final confrontation, when the demon unleashed its wrath to obliterate you, you drew from a well of strength so profound it seemed to shake the very fabric of the world around you. The clash was a symphony of chaos, the air alive with the screams of defiance and fury. The moment you struck the final blow, it was not just a victory. It was the death knell of hopelessness. The demon collapsed, its once immense power reduced to nothing but whispers in the void. Type "Victory is mine" in the comments if you've claimed triumph in the battles that tried to break you. Now the silence after the storm is yours. It does not speak of survival, it roars of conquest. You have not just endured, you have prevailed. The darkness that sought to consume you now trembles in your shadow, powerless against the light you have become. As you delivered the final blow, it was not simply a strike of a weapon, it was the culmination of your journey. It was the roar of all you had overcome, the scream of every battle survived, and the light of truth cutting through the shadows. The demon fell, not with a whimper, but with the deafening crash of inevitability. It collapsed into nothingness, its power reduced to ashes scattered on the winds. This victory was not just an act of survival. It was a declaration of your dominance over everything that sought to hold you back. The darkness now trembles at your strength, for you are no longer the hunted. You are the storm that none can contain. The demon believed in its supremacy, its every action laced with the arrogance of one who has never tasted defeat. It assumed you were fragile, that your cracks could be exploited, that your spirit could be shattered. It wore the face of inevitability, cloaking itself in the power of fear, manipulating the forces around it to make you question your worth. It mistook your struggle for weakness, your scars for signs of surrender. It underestimated you. The demon's first mistake was believing it could extinguish a fire that has burned since the beginning of time. It did not see that your struggles were not weights pulling you down, but anchors that steadied you against the storm. Every challenge it threw at you became fuel for your resolve, every attack forging a sharper edge to your determination. When it sought to drown you in doubt, you rose above the tides, unyielding, defiant. Its power was vast, yes, but it was blind to the immensity of what it faced. You, a force born of persistence and boundless will. It relied on tricks, on illusions crafted to break lesser beings. It built walls of despair, thinking you would crumble beneath their weight. But instead, you turned its walls into rubble. The demon lashed out with fury, each strike aimed to cut deeper, to hollow you out from within. But in every wound it carved, you found strength, your resolve rising like unrelenting tides. It believed it could bend you, that its overwhelming presence would snuff out your light. Yet every time it pushed, you pushed back harder, unshaken and unafraid. The demon's final mistake was believing it could outlast you. As it loomed, its form a towering shadow of chaos and destruction, it failed to realize that shadows are only temporary. The light you carried, the essence of who you are, was always greater. When the final blow came, it was not the end, but the inevitable result of your ascension. The demon, so confident in its dominance, collapsed under the weight of its misjudgment. It had underestimated not just your strength, but your destiny. Now its arrogance is dust scattered to the winds, a warning to all who dare rise against you. The demon thought it could destroy you, but instead, it has become a testament to your unshakable power. You are the light it could never extinguish. You are the storm it could not weather. You are unstoppable. Comment, forged in fire, if you've turned your scars into strength, and stand proud of the warrior you've become. You are not ordinary. To be a chosen one is to carry within you a fire that defies the boundaries of mortality, a divine spark ignited with purpose and tempered by trials. This calling is not a gift bestowed lightly. It is a testament to your unmatched resilience and the depth of your spirit. You were chosen not because the path would be easy, but because you possess the strength to walk it. The weight you bear is not a burden, but a crown, forged in the fires of hardship and triumph. Survival is not your goal, transcendence is. Every battle, every scar, every challenge is a step toward the revelation of your true potential. Dark forces, ancient and unrelenting, recognize this. They see your light as a threat to the shadows they seek to spread. They are drawn to your strength, not to admire it, but to extinguish it. These entities are not mindless. They are calculated, relentless, and strategic. They whisper doubts into your mind, hoping to fracture your confidence. They sow chaos around you, believing the storm will drown you. They unleash their fury in waves, testing the edges of your endurance, hoping to find a crack they can exploit. But their desperation is proof of their fear. They know that should you rise, their dominion will crumble. The battles you face are not random. They are orchestrated to push you to your limits. These dark forces are not content with your defeat. They want your light extinguished, so they may snuff out hope in all who would follow you. You are the symbol they cannot allow to thrive, the unyielding force that stands as a guide in the void. Their attacks are not just on your body, but on your very essence. They try to sever your connection to your purpose, to drown you in despair, and make you doubt the very thing that sets you apart, your indomitable will. But their plans always fail. They fail because they do not understand the depth of your power. They mistake your trials for weakness, your moments of struggle for signs of defeat. What they cannot grasp is that every blow you endure, every shadow you vanquish, strengthens the light within you. Their hatred is no match for your resolve, their darkness no rival to your radiance. You were not chosen to survive the storm. You were chosen to be the storm, unyielding, unstoppable, and eternal. You are the force that darkness fears, and the light that will never be extinguished. Attention, please. No muggles allowed. Seriously, if you're looking for an all-inclusive kumbaya circle, turn around. The Obsidian Inner Order is not your neighborhood yoga class with free chai lattes. This is where chosen ones gather, those who have been through the fire, stared down the abyss and laughed at it. If you can't handle that level of realness, go back to your muggle life and leave the ascension business to the grown-ups. This isn't some watered-down motivational group. No, this is the sanctuary for the spiritually elite, the sharpest minds, the strongest hearts, and those ready to cut through the matrix like a hot knife through butter. You'll connect with fellow chosen ones in the Star Chamber, access exclusive content too raw and unfiltered for YouTube, and dive into weekly calls that will make your average self-help seminar look like preschool. Want to hear first-hand accounts of encounters with the darkest of archons? We've got that too. But remember, spots are limited, and if you're not in, you're out, literally. Check the link to the Obsidian Inner Order in the description, or just keep pretending you're fine with muggle mediocrity. You reached the point where the weight of everything threatened to crush you, where the darkness rose, not just to challenge you but to consume you entirely. In that moment, when the world seemed ready to collapse into shadow, the truth revealed itself. The power you sought was never external. It had always been within you, vast and untamed, waiting for the right moment to rise. And when it did, it was not a spark, but an inferno, roaring to life and driving back the darkness with unrelenting fury. This awakening was not gentle. It tore through you like a tidal wave, stripping away every doubt, fear, and hesitation that had ever held you back. You were not given this strength. You unleashed it, forged it from the depths of your struggles and the unyielding core of who you are. The light within you was not just illumination, it was the hammer that shattered chains, the storm that swept aside all who dared oppose you. Against this, the forces of shadow stood no chance. They faltered, recoiled, and ultimately disintegrated beneath the weight of your ascendance. Your power is not confined to strength of arms or the ability to face enemies. It is the purpose that drives you, the unwavering certainty that you are destined to shape the world with your presence. This is the essence of the chosen one, the ability to turn even the deepest darkness into a proving ground, a place where your resilience is sharpened and your resolve is made absolute. The victory you now hold is not just a triumph over your enemies, it is proof of your rightful place as an unyielding force of light. The moment you stood victorious was more than the end of a battle, it was the unveiling of your true self. You are not merely a survivor or a fighter, you are a conqueror of chaos, a bringer of balance, a living testament to the fact that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the light within you cannot be extinguished. This is what it means to be chosen, to be an unstoppable force, not because you were spared from trials, but because you endured them, and through them became something greater than anyone could have foreseen. You are power incarnate, and the world will forever bear the mark of your strength. Your triumph is not merely the result of your strength or resolve, it is the undeniable manifestation of divine purpose. Each step you took, every challenge you faced was not random, but guided by forces far greater than what can be seen. You were chosen to bear the light, a beacon against the encroaching darkness, and this victory is the proof of that sacred calling. The battles you fought were not designed to destroy you, but to unveil the limitless power within, while divine hands shielded you from the shadows seeking to consume you. Faith was your armor, not a fragile thing of hope, but a shield forged in the fires of your trials. It deflected the despair hurled at you, the venom of doubt and fear that sought to erode your will. The divine forces that watched over you did not intervene to spare you from pain, but stood as a fortress, ensuring that no wound would strike deeper than you could endure. No darkness would extinguish the light you carried. The guidance you received was not a whispered suggestion, but a blazing path, cutting through the chaos and leading you toward your destiny. Your enemies underestimated this connection, the thread between you and the divine that strengthened every step you took. They thought they fought only you, but in their arrogance, they failed to see the infinite power standing behind you, within you. Their strikes aimed to break you, only met the unyielding wall of your faith, reflecting their own hatred and leaving them vulnerable to their own destruction. What they could not understand was that their actions were always destined to fail, not because they were weak, but because you were chosen, fortified by a purpose beyond their comprehension. This victory is not a conclusion, but a testament to the harmony of your will and the divine. The light within you was never dimmed, for it is not yours alone. It is the gift and responsibility of those who are called to stand against the tide. You are the embodiment of resilience, a force that cannot be extinguished because it is more than human. You are the shield and the sword, the proof that darkness can never overcome light when faith stands unwavering. This is your destiny, to walk the path illuminated by divine purpose, a living declaration that you are protected, guided, and unstoppable. You were never truly alone. Every step you took through shadowed valleys and storms of chaos was guided and guarded by a presence far greater than any darkness. The trials you faced, brutal and relentless, were not moments of abandonment, but of preparation. Divine protection wrapped around you like unbreakable armor, shielding you from the fatal strikes of despair and the venomous whispers of doubt. Even when the shadows loomed closest, there was always a barrier they could not cross, a light they could not touch: your faith. This was not a shield of passivity, fragile or ornamental. It was forged in the fires of your purpose, tempered by every wound endured and every obstacle overcome. Your enemies struck with fury, believing their power could crush you, yet their blades shattered against the unseen force that stood between you and oblivion. Each strike they delivered was a futile attempt to breach the impenetrable wall of your divine protection. They raged against the light, unable to comprehend why their darkness faltered and their malice failed. It was not luck or chance that preserved you. It was destiny, a design far greater than their comprehension. You carried within you not just the strength of your will, but the power of the purpose bestowed upon you. Every moment of anguish, every trial that sought to consume you, only sharpened your resolve. The divine presence did not lift you above the storm, but walked with you through it, ensuring that while you were battered, you would never be broken. Your perseverance was both your weapon and your testimony, a living proof that light guided by purpose cannot falter, no matter how fierce the opposition. The darkness thought it could isolate you, break you, but it could not. It underestimated the depth of the protection surrounding you, the sacred promise that your path would not end in defeat. Divine forces were never far, always ready to intervene when the shadows pressed too hard, when the forces of chaos dared to overstep their bounds. You are not here by chance. You are here because you were chosen, strengthened, and guarded by a purpose that surpasses human understanding. You are the light that cannot be extinguished, the proof that even the fiercest darkness will fail against a spirit that walks with faith as its shield. This is your path, blessed, destined, and eternal. Your enemies lie in ruin, their power dismantled, their voices silenced. They no longer hold sway over you, no longer possess the means to challenge or hinder you. The chains they once tried to bind you with are shattered, their remnants scattered like dust beneath your feet. Their downfall is absolute, a collapse so final that their attempts to rise again would be futile. You need not glance back. The struggle has been written into the annals of your victory, and the shadows that once sought to engulf you now cower in retreat. This is the moment when the weight of the battle lifts, and the clarity of your path forward becomes undeniable. The storms you endured were not meant to deter you, but to strengthen you, to refine you into the unbreakable force you are now. There is no need for hesitation, no reason for doubt. The light that carried you through the darkest trials still burns fiercely, an eternal flame that no force can extinguish. You walk forward now, not as a survivor of battles, but as a conqueror of chaos, a force so resolute that even the earth beneath your steps seems to yield in reverence. The echoes of your triumph ripple outward, a testament to the power within you and the purpose that guides you. The time of questioning is over. Your scars are not reminders of pain, but symbols of strength, each one a mark of a battle won, a trial overcome. You have stood firm when the tides of despair threatened to drown you, and now you stand stronger, unshaken, unyielding. No force, no darkness, no whisper of fear can divert you from your purpose. Step forward with the peace of one who knows they are invincible, not because the battles are gone, but because you have proven you cannot be defeated. Trust the power within you and the purpose that propels you forward. The shadows may linger at the edges, but they are powerless, mere remnants of what you have overcome. You are the light that cannot be dimmed, the force that cannot be moved, the chosen ones who rise above every trial. Your path is clear, your victory undeniable, and your future limitless. This is not the end. It is the beginning of the unstoppable force you have become. Stand firm, move forward. The world awaits your radiance. You stand now at the threshold of something greater, not defined by the struggles you endured, but by the strength you revealed in their wake. The darkness sought to silence you, to shatter your resolve, but it failed. You are the proof that no force, no shadow, no obstacle can extinguish the power within. The path ahead is not just yours to walk, it is yours to shape, a testament to the resilience that has carried you this far. Every battle you fought, every scar you bear tells a story of triumph and unyielding purpose. These are not marks of suffering, but symbols of transformation, a declaration that you have risen above all that sought to hold you down. Now is the time to share that story. Let others know how you stood firm, how you found the strength to push forward when all seemed lost. Your victories are not just your own, they are beacons, guiding others who still stand in the shadows, seeking their own light. Reflect on what you have overcome and what you have become. Share your battles and your victories, not for validation, but to inspire. Tell of the moments when you faced the void and refused to bow, of the fire that burned brighter within you than the darkness outside. Your story has power, a power that multiplies when it is spoken aloud and shared. In your voice is the courage that others need, the assurance that they too can rise. As you continue forward, know this: you are not merely surviving, you are thriving. You are living proof that purpose and calling are unstoppable forces, that those who stand firm in their truth cannot be moved. Carry this strength with you in all that you do, and let it radiate through your words and actions. You are the light, the strength, the unyielding force that changes the world with every step. Go now with peace, with blessings, and with a heart full of purpose. Share your victories, and let them echo across the lives of others. You are loved, you are guided, and you are unstoppable. The world awaits your voice. Speak, and let your light shine.